That's a great question, right? Do you think people who bought the earlier version should be upset with this release?
No,
and
no,
I'm not.
no. And I got it. And I got the 66. No, I think this is another bite at the apple. It's a different version of. It's a totally different version of the car. It's not like a straight up reissue. So no, they should. No, man, absolutely not.
Now, is that coping, or do you really feel that they are vastly different, even though they're the same car? Because this is not the first example that we've seen.
Absolutely, no.
Kind of
I
the same
think
car, right?
I wouldn't even put this in the same category, because with Mark 1 and Mark 2, I mean, they're vastly different with the Mr. Fusions.
But it's the same vehicle, though. It's the same DeLorean model and make from a manufacturer.
Yeah,
was my point.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's like the 66 is still that Futura. It's the same car.
And like CT, I have two, like, if you know, I think we all have our favorite car. This would probably, actually, this is my second favorite car. My favorite car is Kit from Knight Rider. I'm going to actually own that, for real, in one life, in life. But right here, looking at this right here, I had to get both, and now I'm getting the third one. I'm getting the Back to the Future 3, the Mark 3 version. So no, I think I'm in the same boat. If it's your car, if that's the car you like, yeah, people don't mind getting two of them. And if you missed out on the 66, here you are to get the 68. So I mean, I don't think collectors should be mad about that. I mean, at the end of the day, Yoast is running a business. Jazzinc is a business. They have to make money, and it makes sense for them to do that. And like I said, it's not a straight up reissue, so I don't think it's a thing of coping. I just think that's just what it is. It makes sense. It gives. I like the fact that it gives.
I'm not saying that you are. Yeah. I'm just asking because that's where some people are gonna go. They're like, oh, it's just bullshit. But you know, the way I look at it is, you have the 66, I have the 66, CT has the 66, and I think it's cool that he's doing a 68.
Yeah,
I feel like there's enough differences there.
Yeah, sure.
One being the movie, one being the show later, with all those changes that they did in season 3. That I think that's cool. And I was saying, I just don't think there's much of a difference.
No.
To answer Dirk Diggler's question, you know, that would people be upset? I don't know. Maybe some. I don't think any of us who have it are upset, and we're used to this already. Like, we have the DeLoreans, we've got the Ecto-1s. I mean, they're still the same kind of. So I don't think so. I don't think it, you know, really.
Yeah, another great example. Yes, another great example.
And this is an interesting one for me, though, because I have the Afterlife. I didn't get the original.
Yeah,
the Afterlife. I mean, you guys see it. It's sitting right there. So you know, I would prefer the 84.
Me too.
Secretly,
I
prefer the 84.
Yeah.
Even though the Afterlife is a character in itself. The car. The gunner seat's cool. All the weathering, super awesome. Same car, two totally different feels. So, and I happen to gravitate more towards 84. So I think that's going to be the case with the 66 and the 68. One may be like, you know what, I like that. That's more the TV show, right? That's more the movie. This is where I want to go. So, you know, I'm just saying, it's not the first time. I mean, we can't just. You know, I mean, let's not forget he also released like 4 BVSs. I think Hector pointed that out earlier as well.
Good point.
And I know that's not what his intentions are moving forward, right? He was adamant about like, hey, I'm not, when it's gone, it's gone.
The 4 BVSs was in the spirit of getting it right. You know, I think there was some challenges with that vehicle, and he wanted to go ahead and get that thing right. So I applaud that effort. I listened to that video carefully. Words are important. He never said he would never make 2.0 versions of vehicles. He's never committed to that, but he did say he doesn't like doing that and doesn't want to do that. So, you know, with that, I mean, you missed out on the 66. Here's the 68 potentially coming, and I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to do well.
And maybe people think that way because it's $1,500, but I don't. I think the 66 is still going to hold its value if you're concerned about the value of it. Because look at the fucking Ecto-1, dude. That 84 is still like unobtainable for me. You know,
completely unobtainable.
It didn't drop. It may have dipped slightly in the beginning of the release of Afterlife, because some people invariably are like, you know what? I fucking really like Afterlife. I've had my 84 for years. Maybe I'll lower the price to get rid of it because I want the 84 or the Afterlife, right? So there's always that initial kind of dip, but then it goes back. I mean, look, just go look, man. So if you're concerned about value, I don't think there's really an issue, dude. I don't think that the 68 is going to be a superior vehicle. I think it's a matter of preference. Which one would you prefer to have? Think of this, and I was talking to CT earlier about this as well. It's like the 66 is like you just drove right off the dealership lot.
Exactly.
Right? 0 miles. It's sparkling new. Everything's shiny. He's not going to have that shiny paint coat. It's brand new. And then the 68 is going to be kind of, little worn. A little worn in, some changes.
Yep.
They've been driving it around for a few years.
Yeah, there was definitely some things they wanted to change where the handle was. Adam West didn't like driving the Batmobile, the steering wheel. There was some things that, as they were using it, he's like, I don't like this. I don't want. So they would change things for him during the show to go ahead and also with the Bat cycle. Let me just tell you, there's like 3 or 4 different Bat cycles from that movie. There's not just one Bat cycle and setup. They tried a couple different bikes that they used, and even that get up where Burt Ward would get shut out in that little cart. They played with that a little bit. So don't be surprised if you get the Bat cycle and then you see a different version of that Bat cycle coming out, because that's just what they did in the shows back then. They were putting together things as they went along. They had 2 cars, 3 bikes, whatever.
Will the 68 be a superior vehicle as far as the parts, right? So that's what. And he mentioned no. So, but I'll try to talk with him next time we have him on the show, because whether or not that's something that I don't know. But I don't think so, right? Because like you said, things do get upgraded, like tools get upgraded.
No, he made it clear he wasn't going to go ahead and add anything that the 66 doesn't have. He's not going to go ahead. And you know how Yost, as he goes into a project, he starts talking, we're going to add this, and if we get to this number, we'll add that and add that. So he's not going to get into adding additional features to make this better than the 66. So, the 66 is still the superior Batmobile. If you have that, you're in a great position. And if you missed out on it, that 68 is going to look good. And even if I don't, for some reason, can't get that 68, I will be looking at it enviously for folks that get it. And I'm sure people who have the 68 are going to look at the 66 and love that glossy shine. So I think it's good. It's fun. Good time to be a collector.
You just listened to my podcast, Tales from the Dark Side, which is live Saturdays, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be sure to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things 1/6 scale. You can also join our 6 Scale Mafia Discord, where you can interact with myself and other members in the community. You can grab the Discord app on either Apple or Google Store.